Hi guys, Francis here. Today I will going to discuss how to configure active passive high availability in Palo Alto Firewall. But before that, let's discuss a brief introduction on the setup. As you can see, we do have a two firewall in here where it is interconnected via HA1 and HA2. HA1 will be the control link and HA2 would be the data link. If you encounter any issue in the future regarding the synchronization of the two box, the issue might be on the HA1. But always remember that there is a backup in here, which is the management port of these two devices. And then if there is HA3 in here, it means that your firewall is configured for active high availability. Okay, so let's now go on how we are going to configure the HA on the GUI. But before that, let's configure or activate first the HA on the dashboard, which you need to go to widgets, systems, and click high availability, which I think it is already activated. Yep, it's already in here. So the next thing that we should do, for example, if we're just going to start on the configuration, it would be better if we are going to save first the current configuration of the firewall. All we have to do is to go on save name configuration snapshot, and then just create any name in here, current config 02 25 2016. Okay, and then just close it. As you can see, if you're going to do some load, you should be able to see that specific configuration that we did. Yeah, it is in here. Okay, afterwards we should go on the network interface for us to configure what interface will be the HA1 and HA2. But on the laboratory that we are currently doing, we will going to configure only on the HA1 because HA2 is not supported on the lab. So in here, Ethernet 1.7 will be the HA1. All we have to do is to click this interface, and then click for the interface type and click HA, and just click OK. Next would be we need to go on the device, and then here's the high availability to start the configuration. First thing that we need to configure is let's go on the general tab, then here if we want to do a setup, just click this one, settings, to edit, enable HA, group number would be 27. This should be the same on the another firewall or the one that we are going to configure for HA. And then active passive already configured. What is the peer IP address? That would be 10.10.27.27. Backup would be 10.30.11.27. Click OK. Then we need to go on the election settings. For the election settings, we should remember that the lower the priority, that will be the active. It is just like on the switches where whoever the lower would be the root bridge, right? And then we just put 22 in here. Then let's enable preemptive. Actually, this one is working just like HSRP, where we do also enable the preempt, right? Preempt command. It is the same scenario that will going to happen. For example, in any case, if the active firewall went down, it will go to the backup, and then in any case that the firewall get recovered, it will go back to the master, just like in HSRP or BRRP in Cisco. The next one that we need to configure is the control link HAA. This one. Like I said earlier, the HAA1 would be Ethernet 17, and then the IP address would be 10.27. This is the local IP. Actually, the IP address is not required, but it is recommended by Palo Alto to be configured. Netmask would be /24. There will be no gateway. Then just click OK. And then on the backup, like I said earlier, in any case that there is an issue on the HA1, the management interface will be the backup. Since we are using a laboratory in here, we will not go into configure HA2, but in a real world configuration, we should configure HA2, which is the data link. So in here we need to disable this one. Then just click OK. Then after we configure the general tab, we need to go on link and path monitoring. Yep, it is already enabled, the link monitoring. Then failure condition any. For the link group, we need to add in here for the link group, which is name would be, let's put a name of traffic link. Should be enabled any. And then what are the interface? The interface would be the trust zone and the untrust. Then just click OK. And we need to add again for HA1 dash link. Should be enabled any, and then add control link would be 17, right? Then just click OK. Okay. The next thing that we need to configure is the path group. We need to add a virtual path in here. Should be also enabled. Any add destination IP. What is this destination IP? Hold on. Destination IP would be 172.16.x.254. So that should be 172.16.22 is the local number of my lab, which is 22, and then that 254. Click enter and then add. Okay, we're done, I think. Let's check. After we do all the configuration, we need to commit. So commit. Okay, commit pending. Waiting 99%. We're done. Yep, actually there is all the configuration that is needed for HA active passive in Palo Alto. So let's just do some checking if it is working or not. Okay, taking so long to close. Okay, earlier we did configure the widgets, right? So let's go in there. As you can see, this is the status high availability active passive, but it is still not synchronized, right? Because we haven't pushed it yet. But as you can see, it's already working. HA is already up, backup is already up, so we're all good. So once I sync this one, let's sync. Are you sure you want to override the configuration the HA peer with the running configuration of the device? Yes. So by the way, whatever configuration that is on your other firewall, that will be going to be lost because we are going to sync the configuration between the two firewall. And as you can see, this firewall that we are looking right now is the active because we configured in here a lower priority, which is 22. The other firewall is configured 27. Yep, we need to push. Click to push running configuration to HA per. Yep, guys, I think that is all the configuration. So actually you just need to follow what we had configured, and then in here, yeah, as you can see, it is already synchronized. I mean to say, it is already perfectly working. Okay, we're all good now. Okay, thank you guys.